There's no other genre that's as oversaturated as zombies. You could say that we already achieved the peak of it with The Walking Dead 28 years later or Left 4 Dead. That's why if you wanna make a horror game about infection, you need to do something more. Like making the game so accurate it's impossible to play, or adding actual story to it. That's why Rot in Paradise got my attention. It's a pretty short game from Rachel Draws This. You know them probably from making Elevator Hitch or Deadplate. Honestly, I might make more videos about their games. If you would be interested, leave a comment below. But what even is this game? Well, it's a game about a group of friends going on a vacation to this island in Australia. But something goes horribly wrong. This group consists of June, a very kind-hearted person who really values her friends. Vonnie, a parental figure of the group that keeps everything together. McCoy, the kind himbo of the group. Carmen, a ray of sunshine, best friends with June because they are both unemployed. And finally, Ryan, who even though looks like an anime father that hates his kid, is actually very nice and caring, especially towards June. They joke together, they tease each other, and overall, they seem like great friends, or at least that's how it seems. They arrive at the hotel and already have different ideas how to spend the day. As Carmen and Vonnie, and who other people call Von, but I'm not gonna call Vonnie Von for obvious reason. As they go to check in, they leave the bags with the rest of the group. June and McCoy just push the responsibility onto Ryan and go off to explore. They wind up in one place that I also always check out first during vacation, the buffet. June says Vonnie gonna hate it because it's all just seafood, saying eating shrimp is just like eating bugs for her, which is true. Then June tries to get a drink, but someone interrupts her. This disheveled, starving looking man with his cheeks sunken and this soulless, lifeless look in his eyes. He doesn't speak, just tips over the drink and leaves. June gets pretty riled up about it and wants to drown this guy, but McCoy, the himbo he is, says that violence is no good and swears her away from it. Could be the first sign of the infection we see. They all met up at the bar to enjoy some drinks and wait, this OTS is pretty fire. Okay, coming back. June says she really needed this. It's because of her cousin having a falling off with her entire friend group due to them being toxic or something, and June was helping her to get through that. They talk a bit more, but June notices someone acting strange again. The person seems to choked on something. June says it looked like a piece of metal, but no one really believes her, blaming it on alcohol. Some people said this is them gaslighting her, but I feel it's more like they just don't take her seriously. Well, this whole thing kills the mood, so they just decide to go back and sleep. Finally, we have the beach episode. First we talk to Vonnie, who has a lot of drinks. Turns out Carmen wanted to try them out and just left the rest to her. Further into the beach we have McCoy looking far into the ocean for some reason. It's like he can see something far away. After talking to rest of her friends, June notices someone again. This strange old man seemingly trying to kill himself by going out into the ocean. The gang honestly doesn't really care about this guy, like at all. McCoy says he doesn't see the reason to help him. Vonnie thinks they will get in trouble for this and also that it's his own choice, but June, as a pure-hearted person she is, she can't let this guy die. Even though she succeeds, he is pretty pissed about it, saying she is ungrateful and that when she takes back what's rightfully hers, you will be lucky not to be left behind. He's the first afflicted person who actually talks to us, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense. Talking about her. Did he mean someone in the ocean? It's the dead of the night, and June wakes up really thirsty. As she leaves her room, she can hear someone, or rather something, drinking so hard it sounds animalistic. She slowly approaches the sound and sees him, McCoy. Or at least someone in his clothes, with his eyes empty and face sunken, looking like some sort of skinwalker that took over her energetic friend. June tries to see if he is alright, but he actually punches her, the same man who was so against violence before. But when he realizes he punched June, it seems like his old self for a moment, apologizing to her. June gets mad and also scared. I mean, can you blame her? So she decides to spend the night at the other cabana, leaving him alone. She doesn't have another key, so she goes back to the hotel lobby for a spare. But for some reason there is no one there, even though it's supposed to be open 24/7. As she keeps looking, there's some flesh-eating sounds from the buffet. And as she opens up the door, she finds Vonnie gouging a copious amount of seafood, even though, as we know, she's supposed to hate it. June knows this and even asks her if the seafood is good. And Vonnie just acts confused, asking if there's something wrong with it. When she mentions that she is here because of a fight with McCoy, Vonnie gets really upset. Again, this is very out of character for her. Vonnie has been shown to be pretty pedantic, but never to the extent of lashing out on someone like that. After this, June quickly leaves and goes to their cabana, but she's unable to find Ryan as the couch is empty. As she continues to explore, she finds Carmen in the bathroom, laying in the bathtub, fully clothed, with sink leaking the water all over the floor. June again asks if she is okay, and Carmen tells us that she is feeling impatient or something. After that, June asks about Ryan, but Carmen gets angry at her. Where's Ryan? He started having a freak out, so I told him to go let off some steam. At this rate, she will never take him back. What? Who won't take him back? Are you gonna freak out at me too? Just shut up! I don't want any more attitude tonight. Either sleep it off or go away. Again, we have the mention of her taking back, meaning whatever is happening on the island already got its class around Carmen, Vonnie and McCoy. This whole situation is a lot for June, so she goes with Carmen's advice and goes to sleep. As June wakes up, she realizes how damaged the cabana is. There's water all over the place, drinks and trash just laying on the floor, something that pedantic Vonnie would never allow under normal circumstances. June finds McCoy at the beach again, staring into the distance, and he says she's almost there. June tries to reason with him, even apologizes for scaring him, even though he's the one who punched her, but McCoy doesn't budge. After that, June gives up and tries to check in on Vonnie. At the buffet, everything is in shambles. Broken glass, blood, and all of the food juice gone. She finds Vonnie at the exact same space she was. She spent the entire night eating seafood, and even though she looks visibly sick, there's something forcing her to do it. I don't want her to lose me. I need to give the fish back. Again, we have mentions of her, some sort of ocean deity, as she wants fish and seafood back. Maybe it's a vengeance against people building a resort and exploiting the flora and fauna around it. Something we see a lot lately. Don't even start me on Saudi Arabia destroying an entire coral reef just to build an island that is actively sinking. At this point, June seems to be losing hope, but as she leaves the buffet, we finally meet a familiar face. Hey, over here. Ryan? Where the hell have you been? June, something bad's happening. Yes, finally, thank you. After that, he says they didn't only drank the entire cooler, but everything. Every piece of food or beverage was simply gone, and Ryan thought they overdosed, or as he jokes, it's a zombie apocalypse. Well, which isn't really far-fetched. They aren't ready to leave their friends though, so they decide to go to the dock and steal a boat, but there isn't any. Looking like both the locals and the weather smashed every single one. And that's the final straw, making June have a total breakdown. I mean, I don't blame her. Even if a zombie apocalypse is a very stressful thing, the worst is that all of her friends are now gone, or rather changed so much she doesn't even recognize them anymore. I used to be really scared of people I love the most changing and leaving me one day. I think someone who mastered this feeling very well is Junji Ito. I love Junji Ito. I think the message that something weird is happening, making everyone go insane except you, is in Uzumaki, especially with Shuichi. He loses his dad, making himself into a spiral, then his mom, then everyone around him. His schoolmates, his family's friends, and even though he tries to leave the town, he winds up there again, not being able to completely cut off ties with the cursed town. But what type of decision will Jun make? But going back to the rot in paradise, Jun is getting helped by Ryan of all people. I'm scared. I don't know what to do, sorry. Come on. We're not supposed to cry now. We're on vacation. You of any of us should know that. We never did very well with tour guide anyways. We'll figure it out as we go, yeah? After that they decide to wait for the ferry to come on Monday, take all of their friends and go home, which sounds like a solid plan. But for now, they can do nothing but wait. As the night comes, Jun starts questioning herself again, asking if maybe she is the weird one. Maybe she is going to be left behind when all of her friends continue together. This shows us how devoted Jun is to her friends, to the point of it actually being worse for her. Actually wanting to stay on this island even though they have been rude, mean and violent towards her. Ryan tries to talk sense to her, saying that he would rather leave them behind than stick around with people who treat a friend like that. After that, he says if they will come with them, it's okay, but if they stay, he isn't going to drag them in, which honestly is a right way to go about it. Well, talking about Ryan, he is gone. As Jun frantically tries to shout for her friends, more and more people start to go off into the ocean. Some of them holding and eating chains, some holding anchors, looking like they are planning to go as deep as possible. She sees McCoy in the distance and just starts screaming, realizing if she doesn't stop him now, he might be gone forever. We get presented with two choices here. First is being dragged down into the depths by Roy, or do we let it go? If we go down, well, that's it. We don't know what happened to Jun. But if we try to go back, Jun grabs Ryan, swimming as hard as she can, but it's no use. He and everyone she knows is gone now, as she is left alone on the beach. So that ending was something. When I played it for the first time, I was confused and kind of disappointed. Like, that's it, that's really the ending. But now I feel like I got a somewhat solid grasp or what might have happened there. I think the main way of transmitting the disease or whatever could have been drinks. McCoy gets splashed with one, Carmen is known for her alcoholism, and Vonnie was testing Carmen's drinks at the beach. It also makes sense why Roy was unaffected, at least at the start, as he only drank cheap beer. But wait, I hear you say, didn't Jun also drink some at the beach? And you're right, which leads me to the second part of my theory, in which drinks were something to help the transmission. The second part of my theory is a character we haven't met yet, Her. And due to people wanting to come back to Her, I think we can take this as a face value that Her is the ocean. Especially that in literature, poems and best-sellers, ocean is usually called a she. We can see people wanting to be closer to the ocean by drinking lots of water, eating seafood, flooding their bathroom. Even when we see women swallowing some metal, it's probably to go and sink to the bottom of the ocean faster. But this doesn't really answer the question of why. Why did they all wanted to sink to the bottom of this so badly? Why did they do all of that? And I think the answer has been before our eyes the whole time, because there's one piece of evidence that I haven't mentioned yet. It has been there before we even started the game. That being the warning screen. Yeah, you probably don't even read warning screens, do you? Who cares that there are scary things? After all, it's a horror game. It has blood, violence, and mass hysteria. And you can say, how does mass hysteria causes people to eat chains and basically kill themselves? Well, there has been worse cases in real life, to be honest. You have some dancing plagues where people actually dance so hard they died. Also, Salem witch trials, where people just burn other people. People see others lose their minds, and it basically became a chain reaction. Or at least that's what I think happened there. But I don't think the theories are actually the main point of the game. I think that digging around, trying to find an answer, a solution to what happened, is part of this game message. That there is no answer, and searching for it can be a waste of your time and energy. A lot of people hated the ending because it's so abrupt and doesn't give us really any resolutions, reminding us of reality of cutting all of your loved ones and friends. Usually, there is no answer. We have no idea what to do and how to move on from this, which makes us even more torn between staying or moving on. I don't think the disease or hysteria or whatever it was caused June friends to become evil, or rather to lose their filter between what they think and what they do. Just as most people show their true colors under stressful situations, most unhealthy friendships aren't bad from the beginning, making it even harder to let go later. But even June and her friends, we can see some signs. Carmen just wants to relax and doesn't care about anyone. Vonnie is bossing everyone around, and McCoy is kinda a bully, trying to push June into the fountain at the beginning. All of this only being exaggerated once they turn, showing us that sometimes the shift when we notice our friends not being good for us is very sudden. You can realize from one day to the other that, wow, this person isn't really good for me. And yes, June's story is tragic, losing everyone, even Roy, in one day. There's still some hope left for her, showing us that her story doesn't just end here. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching to the end, and see you soon on my next video. It's gonna be a really good one, I promise.